kids out. So what's just one more thing that they can
So the
ask?
research says this, it points to it. Job embedded professional learning is where it's at, right? So it has to be job embedded. And what I mean by that is ongoing coaching in the trenches, in the classroom with teachers. It's not like, hey, let everyone come to the cafeteria and hear this presentation. It's like you're in the weeds and you're doing the work. So that's the number one thing I would say is it's just job embedded ongoing coaching, because that's what all the research points to.
That is it, brother. That's why I that is it. And I wrote a book, Deliberate Coaching, for that very reason. You can't. Nothing transfers. In fact, I would argue that the coaching needs to be a coach-to-coach model, meaning that the people in the school, the process needs to be institutionalized. Consultants need to be coaching those people, so then that way the consultant can fade out, because a consultant-led training model does not stick. It just goes right back to. So it's an investment, but an investment that makes sure these processes do become part of the culture. And Scott, we have about 5 minutes left. Okay. So, if you can wrap up a couple points, and then also, because I do know that you have a whole lesson planning software, and I want people to know about that, because it sounds like really amazing. And it makes, teachers' jobs easier, and that's what I care about.
Yeah, so we're like, the approach that we take that works well with that is like we look at ourselves as a guide on the side, right? And like, so we'll meet every teacher where they're at, and then we build that relationship by giving them what they need, and not being condescending or talking down to them, and saying it's okay to like be struggling to keep up with everybody else. It's okay that you had to go remote and couldn't get back to this unit plan for 3 months, right? So we give them permission to say it's okay, right? But we're here to like help you get caught up, and so that building that relationship and being a partner is what really has been our success. But getting back to like what you just mentioned about like, EduCompass is something that we've created. So it's a platform, and teachers right now, when they're trying to plan, have like, especially in this digital age, they have like 16 different windows open, right? And they're like I'm getting some standards information here, I'm getting vocabulary from over here, I'm getting my text from over here. And so the original product that we created was an instructional planning toolkit, all right? And that created all those foundational pieces for teachers to plan, because even when I started doing this, I would go in and it would take us like a year to get like a quarter plan, because it was just too many moving parts and they didn't have all this information. So I'm like, I got to provide the information, and then I can get the coaching done quicker, right? And get us to our goals. And so the plan, that it was great. And so what the instructional planning toolkit did was like help me, and this is where working in the weeds or working in the trenches really helps, because it was like I'm seeing firsthand what teachers are struggling with. They're like, if you could take this toolkit and make it like, because they had like a planning software like they would be using, but it's just like fill the boxes, right? Or they'd be working and go, if you can get it to like be where like everything's right there for me. I'm like, not right now, but maybe in a couple of years, yeah. And so I would take notes every time I meet with a school. And so now EduCompass, and educompass.app is where the website is, provides all that right there. And so as a teacher's planning, it actually like will bring up like, hey, this is how many times you taught this standard. Are you sure you want to teach it again? Or here's another one that can come in and help you, and have all those aligned activities and assessments and all those different things all in one place. So as a teacher is planning, it'll actually also let a principal know like, hey, we have taught 56% of the standards on January 2nd. By March 3rd, we have planned for having 72% of them taught, so it'll, and like there's no school out there, or very few schools out there that can tell you that they taught all the standards and how many times they taught them. And so now this is automatically going to do that. I used to have to do that with spreadsheets and like track it, and every week the teachers have to send in, and I'd have to hand put it in, or the coaches will help me do that.